Hello guys, welcome back to yet another episode on Black Suit Tale, where we'll talk about fictional stories. Today, we'll be talking about the Mafia boss married his enemy's daughter. In the underworld of Ravenport City, bloodshed were older than law itself. Two names ruled the shadows for decades: Alessandro Moretti and Victor Romano. Once brothers in crime, now sworn enemies. Their war had burned the city quietly. Assassinations disguised as accidents, businesses collapsing overnight, allies turning into corpses, and in the middle of it all stood Alessandro Moretti, the most feared mafia boss in the city. Cold, calculated, untouchable. Victor Romano knew one thing: he could never defeat Alessandro with guns alone, so he targeted something far more dangerous: fate. Alessandro Moretti didn't believe in mercy. At 35, he had already buried every emotion that could weaken a man. His black tailored suits were rumored to be stitched with fear of his enemies. When he walked into a room, conversations died. That night, rain soaked the city as Alessandro stood in his penthouse overlooking the streets he owned. Romano has moved shipments through the docks, his lieutenant Marco reported, protected by politicians. Alessandro's jaw tightened. Victor Romano was playing a long game. Let him, Alessandro said calmly. Every move he makes brings him closer to me. He didn't know fate had already stepped onto the board. Elena Romano had lived her entire life in a golden cage, educated in private schools, guarded by armed men, told never to ask questions. She knew her father was powerful, but not evil, or so she believed, until the night she overheard screams in the basement. That was the night she learned the truth. Her father was a monster, and his greatest enemy was a man named Alessandro Moretti. Elena never imagined that name would one day become her prison and her salvation. The ambush was meant to be quick. Alessandro's men intercepted Elena's convoy on a quiet highway. No bloodshed, no chaos. When Elena woke up, she wasn't tied or blindfolded. She was sitting in a luxurious room, cold marble floors, dark curtains, a silent kind of danger. And then he walked in, tall, dark eyes like sharpened steel, calm in a way that terrified her more than violence ever could. "Welcome to my home, Elena Romano," Alessandro said. She stood shaking. "If you're going to kill me, do it." Alessandro looked at her. She was a chess piece he hadn't expected. "I won't kill you," he said. "I'm going to marry you." The city exploded with rumors. Alessandro Moretti marrying Victor Romano's daughter? Victor was furious, insulted, trapped. If he attacked Alessandro now, his own daughter would be caught in the crossfire. If he stayed silent, he looked weak. That was the point. The wedding was small, private, deadly quiet. Elena stood beside Alessandro in a black silk gown, her heart pounding like a war drum. "You're using me," she whispered. "Yes," Alessandro replied honestly, "but I will never harm you." She looked up at him. "Why?" His voice lowered. because you didn't choose this world. The Moretti mansion was heavily guarded, but Elena was free to walk anywhere. That confused her. She expected cruelty, control, fear. Instead, Alessandro kept his distance. Days passed, then weeks. She noticed things. He never raised his voice. He protected his staffs. He read late into the night, carrying the weight of decisions that killed men. One night, she finally asked, "Did my father betray you?" Alessandro didn't look at her. "He ordered my brother's death." Silence swallowed the room. Elena's hatred wavered for both men. An assassination attempt changed everything. Bullets shattered glass during a charity gala. Chaos erupted. Alessandro covered Elena with his own body as guards returned fire. When it was over, blood dripped from his shoulder. She pressed her hand against the wound, panic flooding her eyes. "You're hurt," he smiled faintly. "I've had worse." That night, as she helped clean his wound, something shifted. Not love, but trust. Elena began digging. With Marco's help, she uncovered files her father had hidden. Proof of human trafficking, political mothers, betrayals that made Alessandro's empire look almost clean. Her hands trembled as she read. "My father," she whispered. Alessandro watched her carefully. "He will burn the city to destroy me." Tears fell down her eyes. "Then stop him." Alessandro met her gaze. "I will." Nights grew quieter. Conversations grew longer. Alessandro began asking Elena about her dreams, what she wanted before her name became a weapon. "I wanted to be a writer," she admitted. "You still can," he said. She laughed bitterly. "I'm married to a mafia boss." "Not everyone," he replied softly. That was the moment Elena realized something terrifying. She didn't want to leave. Victor Romano snapped. He leaked information to viral syndicates painting Alessandro as vulnerable. The city descended into chaos. Explosions, raids, betrayals. Victor sent a message directly to his daughter. "Come home or die with him." Elena handed the phone to Alessandro. "I won't go," she said. He stared at her. "You may not survive this." She stepped closer. "Neither will you without me." The final confrontation came at the docks, fire reflecting on black water. Victor Romano faced Alessandro at gunpoint. "You stole my daughter." Alessandro stepped aside. Elena walked forward. "You lost me the day I learned who you really were." Victor raised his gun. A single shot echoed. Victor Romano fell, not by Alessandro's hand, but by his choice. Months later, Ravenport was quieter. Alessandro dismantled what remained of his old empires. He stood on a balcony with Elena, the city lights below them. "You are free," he said, "if you want to leave." Elena took his hands. "I didn't fall in love with the mafia boss," she said. "I fell in love with the man who chose to end the war." Alessandro exhaled, finally human, and for the first time, the devil of Ravenport believed in redemption. Sometimes, the most dangerous marriages didn't begin with love, but they end with it. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more stories like this.